We got a video over 10 million views, and it took us from like $3,000 a month to over $60,000 a month, and that happened in like less than 90 days. If you can have customers coming to you from short form and long form video content that can grow your brand for a lifetime without you having to spend money, wouldn't that be great? So I'm gonna go through these things, and I'm also gonna go to the computer and really show you how to do this, because I'm gonna show you how to find video topics. I did a video earlier and it got a lot of attention, like it got over 50,000 views in one day. People are really enjoying that style of content, so I wanted to kind of piggyback on this and go a little bit deeper with what I was talking about. This is a process that I'm going to give you that I used to do a long time ago when we were selling products B2B. We had a nutraceutical product that we sold to companies all over the place, and we just sold them pallets of stuff at a wholesale price. And this was a long time ago. This was like in 2009, 2010. And through that experience, we wanted to figure out, how do we grow without having to spend money on advertising? Because we didn't have money to spend on advertising. So we bought a bunch of books and we started studying Google and YouTube and all of this stuff, which a lot has changed since then. And I'll give you the updated version of what we learned then. But we got a video over 10 million views, and it took us from like $3,000 a month to over $60,000 a month. And that happened in like less than 90 days, which was very unusual. I'm not saying that's gonna happen for you. I'm just letting you know that it's possible. The biggest trouble people have with something like what I'm about to show you is they have a trouble with being consistent. Remember that the only way to actually get money is to solve people's problems. Think of it as like growing an audience and taking that audience and turning it into a community, and then turning your community into customers. And you do such a great job with those customers that those customers bring you more customers. So just kind of think of that framework, and if you build from there, you'll do great. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this at a high level, then we're gonna go on the computer and I'll actually show you the mechanics of this thing. The first thing you need to do is identify what are the core pillars that you're going to talk about on your YouTube channel. When I just started my recent channel, I restarted it. I was in the martial arts niche. I was teaching martial arts business owners how to get more students using the internet. And I showed them how to get traffic, how to use funnels. They already had their product, and then how to help them grow their team or outsource things. Recently, I've been pushed out into a bigger marketplace. I realized there was a bigger need for what we were helping people with. I'm telling you this because I'm in a mastermind that's about 36 grand a year. And some of the people in there had millions of followers on YouTube and had been making millions of dollars from YouTube. And they said, you want to keep your YouTube very niche specific. You want to keep it very focused. And they said, just identify the core pillars of what your business is about and what you're going to talk about on your YouTube channel. So for me, to give you an example, I'm going to talk about how to get traffic to your website and funnels, how to actually build the different types of funnels and website stuff, how to create information products, because that's what we've been doing for the last 10 years, and then how to build a team, somebody that can run the operations, help you with if you're going to do advertising, somebody that can be your media buyer, somebody that could be your content guru or content engineer, I like to call them, somebody that can handle your sales and things like that. So these are the core things that I talk about. You need to identify that for your business. What are the core pillars that your channel is going to talk about? This guy was even saying how he had millions of views on some videos, but because it wasn't congruent with what he was going to talk about with his brand, he actually went and unlisted those videos. So I say go slow at this, but I'm just going to go in and unlist all of my videos that talked about martial arts business owners, because now we're just talking to artists, experts, masters of their crafts, craftsmen that are really good at what they want to do and they want to teach that to other people, consultants, coaches, things like that. So I'm just going to keep my channel focused on that. Auto suggest. So I'll show you this again on the computer, but I want to just give you a basis here. What you want to do is you want to open an incognito window and you want to go to YouTube, and up in the search bar, you'll want to act like you're your ideal customer with the problem that you solve for your customer. And what you want to do is you want to start typing as if you were asking the search engine a question about the problem you have and how to solve it. What you'll see happen, as I'll show you on the computer, you'll see things pop up and it'll have that drop-down list, and you'll see things being auto-suggested to you. Now the reason that's happening is because somewhere else in the world, somebody was typing that in and they typed the phrase in that they're showing you. And so it's auto-suggesting it to you, assuming that maybe you're looking for the same thing. So what does this tell us? It tells us that people are searching for this answer. And as I said in the beginning of this video, we get paid and we increase our profits when we solve people's problems. So if we can identify those problems and solve them for people, they will follow us, they will go to our website, and eventually, if we can prove to them that we're worthy, they will buy our products and services. What you want to do is act like your ideal customer, and this drop-down list will show up. You can find one of those that best fits what it is that you do to help people, and when you do that, you can then click the space bar and add a letter after it, and it will actually start showing you all the different other phrases that people are typing in that are similar to that one. In essence, it's showing you what people want and what they're looking for. Again, I will go and show you this towards the end of this video. I'll show you in real time what this looks like. I just want you to have an overarching understanding of it. So we use auto-suggest to get us on the path of like what people are searching. Then what we use is this search command. You can use this over in Google as well. Google owns YouTube, so it works in YouTube search as well. But it's all in title, colon, quote, and then the keyword phrase that you found up here in the auto suggest part, you will take that and put that all in title. Again, I'm going to show you this on the computer here in a minute. You want to use an incognito window because you don't want your previous searches to construe your results. Now what I do is I use vidIQ. I'm looking for the volume. The volume means, is it being searched? The competition, is there a lot of competition on it? If there's too much competition on that keyword phrase and you're just starting out, it's going to be hard to rank for that. The views per hour in real time right now, how often is it getting viewed per hour? Obviously, the higher the view per hour, the more it's still viable, right? It's something people are still actively really looking for. Once I identify something that meets the criteria here, and I'll show you on the computer here in a minute, I then go to Ubersuggest and I find out what is the search volume on Ubersuggest. But also over at Ubersuggest, what happens is I also find other keyword phrases that are related to this one. Think of your YouTube channel as like you're building a pyramid. Let's say that you wanted to rank for fish. Well, to rank for fish, that would be really hard because that's like one word and who knows all the words that are, connected to it. But if you did actually want to do that, you would need to build up a foundation that would work you to that. So it would start out with long keyword phrases down here. And these are ones that we're identifying. These ones they have decent volume, people are actually searching for it, meaning it matters. It's got low competition, meaning people have not already done videos over it, or very few people have. And it has some views per hour, so it's really just showing us that people are still actively looking for it. And so we want to find those and start with those, and then we start building on top of these with harder keyword phrases to rank for. And you just keep doing this until you work your way up to the top. And then you can actually go after phrases like that and start to show up. Now this is a long-term play, but I just want to give you this framework to think about because that's really what's happening. You're basically showing the search engines, oh, this person is doing a lot on this topic and they're getting some activity from it. And then you can start to rank for harder to rank for keywords. And you just want to build yourself up. This isn't an exact science, but it'll help you and give you an idea of how to think about your building out of content and doing content marketing and growing a long-term, traffic engine, content engine for your business. I used auto-suggest here to find a keyword, and then I took the keyword and I put it in this, and it just shows me what actual videos on YouTube right now are using this keyword phrase in the title of their video. I look at the stats on vidIQ to see, is there volume on this? Is it low competition? And can I find some views per hour happening amongst this topic? And then I go to Ubersuggest and see what is the overall search volume of this in the search engines. And it also is gonna suggest some other keywords that I can use to start helping me build my pyramid. Once I find a keyword phrase that I wanna focus on, I build a list of viable titles. I start building a list based off the topic that I'm trying to rank for, which when you start building that list, you want to start asking yourself, which of these can I actually give real value on? Can I actually deliver value on this? Do I actually know the problem people have that are searching for this phrase or searching for this solution? Do I know the objections that people have that are trying to figure out this problem? And do I actually have a real solution for this? Those are things that you want to be able to check off, because when you're creating videos, if you really want to get traffic and you really want to grow your business using content marketing and creating a content engine, you really need to be able to provide value, and you really need to know the problem that you're solving. You really need to know the problems and objections that people have on their journey to solving that problem. and then you need to have a solution. So you're building out this list. You may not do all of them, or you will over time. On that list, I want you to find one that you're gonna focus on for your next video. Then you're gonna write out 10 titles. I got my notepad here. I like to actually just write that down. And like, as I'm writing it, for some odd reason, I don't know why, but I put little boxes by it. Like yesterday's one that I did, these are all the titles I wrote down. And then I finally settled on one because it's like you're working the title out in your mind based off what we found here. And then I settle on something, but typically what happens for me is I've got a title that's really long and I want to try to make it as short as I can. So I write out these 10 titles, and then what I do is I'll take my long title, and I'll show you this on the computer. I take my long title and I stick it into WordTune. I absolutely love this piece of application because it just remixes the words and it helps adjust it, shorten it, make it more a casual tone, more a business tone. It does really neat things and it's very inexpensive, and I just use it every single day all the time. It just helps you. It's kind of like Grammarly, but different. But I stick that title, I write out 10 titles and I find one that's feeling pretty good. It's flowing pretty good. I'm trying to make them shorter than longer. I'd rather have a shorter title that makes sense. I found this one in WordTune. I started out with, actually, how to find video topics that help you grow your brand and get website traffic. And it really started out with how to find YouTube video topic ideas to grow your channel and drive traffic to your site. So that's pretty long, right? And this is still somewhat long, but I felt like it really nailed it. So I stuck those phrases into WordTune, as I'll show you, and then it popped this one out. Discovering video topics that will boost your brand and increase website traffic. Clean, simple, to the point, and I get it. That's what you're striving to do, and you want to make it more simple than complex. Make it easy for people to understand what it is that you're about to help them with. And what I found in the title, what I found is, let me move this down here. I always forget to do this. What I found is in the title, I want there to be an element of curiosity. I want there to be an element of identity so the person knows that it's for them. And then I want there to be an element of benefit. So in this, the identity would be somebody that's wanting to do YouTube videos, create a content marketing engine, things like that. They have a business, they want to boost their brand, increase website traffic, but it's discovering video topics. So that's the curiosity element. The identity is the whole thing in and of itself. Anybody that has a brand or wants to get website traffic, they know this is for them. And then that's also the benefit, right? How to boost the brand, increase website traffic, as I've underlined here. Once we get to that point where we've got a title now, we want to script out our video framework. Now I'll do other videos on this because I know it's a hot topic. In essence, this is the framework that has worked really well for us over the years, and I've been using this framework for about a decade now, a little bit longer than that successfully, and it's helped us quite a bit. And it's simple, and I think people can understand it. When I start out my videos, I like to just address the title. Hey, if you're looking to get, video topics that'll help boost your brand and increase website traffic, then this is gonna be a video you're gonna wanna watch. A lot of times this blends into the hook, but afterwards on the hook, sometimes for me, the hook is good to just, hey, we're gonna go through these 7 different things here inside of this video that's gonna help you. It kind of blends together. These two kind of hang out with each other in the beginning. Then I like to go right into the problem, because the problem helps them say, yeah, this is for me, I have that problem, I should stick around. And usually if you build it right, it'll drag them to the end of the video. Then I like to go into the solution. Now the solution, typically you want to be around 3 to 5 bullet points. I've got 7 here. It's not an exact science. I needed 7, so that's what we're doing. But what's nice about this is when I go to, publish and distribute this, I can take each of these 7 bullet points here and I can turn that into shorts. And those shorts will act as little ads that bring people back to this video. And then this video will drive people into my free mastermind or my free hybrid group where they get a course, weekly collab calls, and there's a community of other people like them that they can work together with. And that's all free. I get people into there, and then from there, people get to basically test drive my product. They get to learn about what we do, and then I get clients out of that. It's really simple. I find it to work better than a VSL funnel, which we still use those as well. So back to this script. Title and hook kind of blend together. Identify the problem so that they can raise their hand and say, this is for me. Go through the solution, which is typically your 3 to 5 bullet points. If you're doing this solution properly, you're gonna be sharing stories about about how you got to the solution, as I've done with you in this video. Then you want to talk about the objections. In this one, I usually say in my mind when I'm doing it and when I'm writing it down on paper, it's like, what are the problems that they're going to have when they're going through this? And so when I go through each one of these points, I'm also addressing the objections at the same time. And I ask people to put those different things down in the comments. Like if you have questions about this video and things that I'm talking about here, just go ahead and put that down in the comments and I'll address those objections down there, which helps me in the next video. And then you want to add your call to action. You can ask them to subscribe. I typically ask them to comment and subscribe in the middle of the video because by doing that, they don't really know when the end is going to happen. And in my video frameworks at the end, I like to suggest the video that's going to help them the best next. And while you're doing this whole thing, this hook kind of lives throughout the whole thing. One of the hooks that I've used in this particular video is I keep letting you know that, hey, I'm gonna actually jump on, which we are here in just a moment. I'm gonna jump on and actually show you how to do these things on the computer so that you can actually implement this and do this. That's kind of a hook too, because people are waiting to the end. It gives you more watch time. YouTube then suggests your video in different places more likely than it would if it didn't have watch time. So watch time's important, your title's important, your thumbnail's important. The title and thumbnail get people to watch it. If that's not good, they won't watch it. If they don't watch it, you don't get watch time, and then you don't get distributed by YouTube. So that's the framework. Title, hook, they kind of happen together. Problem, and then solution and objections kind of happen together, and then call to action. Next thing is, what is your schedule? Publish it, and then distribute it. So my current schedule right now, but I'm building pretty hard right now because we kind of relaunched our brand over at makeonce.com. So I'm doing a lot of work right now to build this up because we're focusing on building a business by not using advertising because, I mean, for obvious reasons, it's just beautiful if you can create the type of profit, lifestyle, and business that you want without having to spend money on ads. It's a great thing, right? And so far it's been working very great for us. My daily schedule is from 9 to 12, which would be right now, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, I'm doing it right now. You're inception with me, right? I'm creating my video and I create one long form video, which is the one that I'm doing right now. I then will take and create typically 3 to 5 shorts from this long form. Now, even though I've got 7 things here, maybe not all 7 are going to be viable to be a short. In all of my platforms, I have a link that goes to my website. And at my website, people can join my free mastermind group, my free hybrid group called Performers, where I have a free course back there. I have like my funnels, my automation templates and things like that. We do a weekly collab call every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central. And then there's a community where they can ask questions, interact, and people get a lot of value out of that. So I link to that in all of my videos, all my long form videos. And then on my short form platforms, I just have the link up in my bio. And I don't really talk about it. People know where that stuff's at. They'll go look for it. After I finish the video, I'll edit it. And I just use ScreenFlow for that. I'm a Mac person. You can use Camtasia if you're a PC person or whichever you like to use. After I edit it, I just email it out to my list. I post it in my free hybrid group funnel, and then I post it in my mastermind group Build Lab. For the rest of the day, I'm either taking calls, I'm building out my product and improving my product or servicing my clients, and I'm thinking about different ways to evolve the business, how to grow the team. I'm thinking about what can I do tomorrow or how can I make things more efficient, and then I end my day and do it again the next day. Master the mundane, right? So I hope you got a lot of value out of that. Let's jump onto the computer now and let me take you through this process here. I'll actually screenshot this. I'll put it on the computer and we'll go through these steps as quickly as humanly possible. It's not that difficult. Once you see it, you're gonna go, I can do this, and that's my goal for you. So let's jump over to the computer. All right, so I've got that board pulled up here on the computer. And we're just going to go through those different things that I said I was going to show you. So the first one is this auto suggest and the spacebar letter thing. Okay, so let's bounce over to YouTube. So I'm in an incognito window, as you can see here. All you have to do is in a Google Chrome, you can go up here and do incognito window. And it just clears out your cookies and it just makes it as if you've never searched on your computer before. And that's important because we don't want any of your past searches to mess with your results here. Okay, so you come up here to the search bar, and let's say that I'm looking for how to create a digital, and you see all this stuff coming up. Okay. If I were to put the letter A after this, it would bring everything that would start with A after this that people have actually typed in. See, this is a report of search predictions. And so let's see. I'm going to go how to create a digital product. And then here I see this one, it says for Etsy. So this is that auto suggest. So you find something. I'm thinking about what would my customer type in? Maybe they're trying to figure out how to sell a digital product online. They're wanting to, come up with a way to make money using the internet, using information, something like that. So I just chose this one because I'm sure people, might have interest in this. I don't know. Obviously they do, because people have searched how to create a digital product on Etsy. So I click that. So I found that one, and I might take this here and I would copy it and I would stick it over here on like a spreadsheet. So I just call this one my word tuned scratch paper, and I just created it in Google Docs. So whoops, let me come up here. Okay. So I'm going to put that, this is what we found. Okay. So this was our auto suggest word that we found. Okay. And as I said here, when you're doing this, you want to act like you're your ideal customer. What would they be saying? Okay. Now the spacebar and letter thing. All right, let's look at that. So if I chose this product right here, if I hit the spacebar, okay, so let me click away. If I hit the spacebar, look how it's bringing up these other things here. Etsy Digital Products 2022, Etsy Digital Products Canva. So it's starting to give me other ideas and other suggestions. And you can always click this report search suggestions. And then you'd have all these keywords here, and you can just simply copy that. And you can come over here and you could paste that. Okay, now it looks all crazy. Let me highlight it. I'll take this right here just takes all the formatting off because I copied it and pasted it from YouTube. But there it is. Okay, so I've got all these. I just use those to give me some ideas, because remember on here where I talked about this right here, like this building this thing right here. So you want to keep a word bank of different keyword phrases that are in relation to the one that you just found. Okay, so let's go back here to our board. All right, so we found a keyword suggested thing, the spacebar and letter thing. Let me show you real quick what I meant by that. So let me cancel this. This right here, if I were to hit the spacebar, so that's the phrase that we found, it has to show up, meaning it has to be something that shows up down here. If I press the letter A in, that's what comes up. If I go B, see how this is doing this? These type don't count. It has to be the full phrase, okay? If you have questions about that, just put it down in the comments, but it should be pretty simple. Like the full phrase needs to show up. This is a full phrase that shows up. B, no. C, no. D, no. E, F, G, H, I. See how I'm just J, K. I'm just looking for other words that would show up with this Etsy thing. Look, how to create digital products to sell on Etsy. So that'd be like another one. Okay. So I put spacebar and I went S. I'm just showing you how to find different phrases. So I could take this phrase here. All right, I'll copy this phrase and I'll take that over to my Google Sheet. I'm just showing you the process of using auto-suggest to find keywords that people are actually searching for. Okay, let me take the formatting off of this. All right. So that's one thing that you can do. I'm going to get rid of these for now. Okay, so we found these phrases here. Now, the next step, we want to do the all in title keyword phrase. We're in the incognito window already, and now we're going to use this vidIQ with the volume, competition, and views per hour. So let's do that. So let's take that phrase that we had already found. I'm going to use the original one that we found, which was how to create digital products on Etsy. All right. I'm going to put in front of this all in title, no spaces, colon, quote, and then put the quote at the end. Hit enter. So you see this line right here, and then it says people also watched. So this is just trying to suggest other things to me. But right now, I'm just seeing one video, and it showed up a year ago with 42 views. If I scroll down all the way to the end, look, I'm scrolling all the way down. There's nothing showing up here. Okay, these are just being suggested based off of this. But how to create a digital product for Etsy, there's only one video that has this. Okay, now the volume is low. I like to see the volume like right in this area here, and this is our vidIQ thing that I was telling you about. The competition is very low, obviously. There's one video on all of YouTube with this exact phrase in the title, and that's what this shows you. So you could essentially go do a video on how to create a digital product for Etsy and do a great job in the ways that I showed you, and your ability to show up the next time this gets searched is very likely. But here's what's important. The volume is really low. So I want to actually go see how much is this actually being searched. I know that it says low volume, but how much is it actually being searched? Because if it's not being searched a lot, then I don't want to mess with it. I want to go find something that's got some search volume. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll take this phrase, I'm going to copy it, Command C. I'm going to go over to Uber Suggest, and I'm going to paste it in there. Click search. The search volume is 10, and this is search volume per month. And if I come down here, it's going to show me some more keyword ideas based off of this keyword phrase right here. And what's cool about this is, look, this one has 110 searches per month. I'd like to see it even higher. But look, how to create digital planner to sell. What digital products to sell on Etsy? 110 search volume. So I could take these right here, all right, and I can take these and stick them. I would copy them, whichever ones would make sense, and I can add that to my list. Okay, so there I just added it to the list, and now I can see like these other phrases here. And you can get rid of all this stuff if you want. I don't mind leaving it in there. But now I've got these other ones. How to create a digital product to sell. How to create digital products to sell on Etsy. So if you're really good at Etsy and you know how to do that stuff, these are phrases that you could go after. Look, 70, 90, 60. Now this one here, let's go check this one. Copy that. I'm going to go over to Uber Suggest. Let me drop that one in. Let's see about that one. So this has even lower search volume, but when I come down here, look at this. How to sell digital product on Etsy. 320. So that's a good one. So let's take that. Let's take this phrase. How to sell digital product on Etsy. Okay. I don't know why it keeps doing that. No thanks. How to sell digital product on Etsy. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come stick it over here in my list. Okay. This one has 320 search volume. Searches per month. Okay. And I'm going to just take this now, and I want to go stick it over into YouTube. I'm just doing like a process of elimination here, if you can see. Paste that in there, hit search. Oh, so look, this is a little bit higher here, very low competition. So my volume I'd like it to be even higher. I like it to see it over in the like light orange, light green. I mean, the further closest to the green, the better, but we're getting 70 out of 10. So this is good. Competition, very low. And so I'm looking, these two videos showed up, and then there's this like gray line, and then people also watch. So these don't count below here. They're just suggesting it based off this. And let me scroll to the bottom. Look, no more search results. So this is good. So I see two videos that I'm in competition with here. Okay. Now this is just, you're in competition with more than that, but when I put it in the actual thing that people are actually typing, like this is the phrase that people actually type in. These are the only two with any kind of like title match at all. Okay. But look at this 10 views per hour. So 6 digital products sell now and you make huge profits. So that's 10 views per hour, pretty good. 1 view per hour, 19 view per hour. But this one doesn't look like it really plays into it, but this one does. 10 views per hour. I'd like to see more videos that have more views per hour, but this is how I use the VPH. I'd like to see, is there any kind of stuff that is getting high views per hour? So now that I've found my phrase, I'm going to take this off and just see what kind of views per hour this gets. Okay, how to create and sell digital products, 9, 2, 9, 92. The easiest thing to sell on Etsy. That's not really what we're looking at. That's not what we're looking at. How I went from selling digital products. Okay, 24 views per hour. How to make money selling digital downloads on Etsy, 104. So I'm seeing there's a lot of views. If I were to add all those views per hours up, I'm seeing that people are actually viewing this a lot per hour. So I'm seeing a trend here, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna go into this. So I take this right here, okay, and now what I'm gonna do is, so this is the one I selected. So based off our auto suggest. We went to all entitled to make sure that it has low competition. We went to Uber suggest. We found some other stuff. So these two things right here, between this and this, helped us zero down on a word. Now we want to build a list of viable titles. Can we give value on this? Do we know the problem, objections, solution? Well, one way to find the problems and solutions, or problem and objections, is like how to create and sell Etsy digital products. So this has 78,000 views. It's getting 9 views per hour. Let me click on that. I'll just pause the video. Is there any comments? 197 comments. On vidIQ, I can go contains questions. So I was wondering about the legal side. Okay. So are you allowed to design different wall art products that contain quotes, excerpts? So these are some objections that people are having. Do you use any type of liability insurance to sell digital products? You see, this is how you come up with, and this is from the marketplace telling us, what they actually want, right? So this is how I come up with that. And I'm like, can I answer those questions? Or will I go find the answers to those questions and build a more viable, video? Because if I can solve all these, I can come back to these people and reply and say, hey, I actually created it. Oops, I'm not logged in. I'm on an incognito window. I can come in here and I can be like, hey, I actually created a video that answers those questions, all right? Or you could have somebody in your team do that, or a VA or something like that, all right? So that's how we can work through that. And then look at this, how to create and sell Etsy digital products, how to sell digital products on Etsy for beginners. So this is a pretty long title, but she's getting some good views with it. I could take something like this, copy it, and I can come over to my WordTune scratch paper here. I'm just going to get rid of these for right now. And I can paste that right here. And then I'll take the formatting off of it. Okay, let me take it down a little bit. Okay, so that's one of the titles that I found. Let's go down here. Let me go find another title. I'm going to get rid of Uber Suggest here. Go back. What's another title that's got good views per hour? Let's go down here and look. Okay, I'll let this kind of load up. It's processing the results. This is vidIQ here. Look at this one. Create printables in Canva that will actually sell on Etsy. How to make money selling digital downloads on Etsy. All right, 145 views per hour, 9 months ago, 600,000 views. That's really good. Anytime you see somebody that's getting more views on their video than they have subscribers is typically a good sign that this title works and all that. Okay, so here's a title. Let me grab this title, copy. And so you might want to find like 10 titles like this, okay? Now we're not going to copy their title. We're just getting some ideas. All right, get rid of the link on this. Okay, so let's say that I want to use this one here. So again, this was the word that we're going after that we found with auto suggest. All right, I'll just take this off of here, simplify. And then I just came into YouTube and I took the quotes off of it and everything. And now I'm looking at the views per hour and I'm seeing different, how to sell digital downloads on Etsy 2022, 9 views per hour. How to sell Etsy digital products to make passive income. There's another one I could try to put on. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get a list of titles and then I'll try to write some out myself and see like, what could I do that's better than this? Like, what can I come up with out of my own brain to make this better? But I can take this here and I'll take this little money bag off. But I'll take this here, and I can see this little WordTune thing. You can just download WordTune, and then there's an extension that you can use on it up here. And when you're inside of Google Docs, it gives you that little thing. So I go like this, boom, now watch. Passive income from Etsy digital products. So I could copy that, paste, there we go. There's one, so we'll just call this one 1. All right, watch, we'll go back to that original, hit this. Let's see, which other ones? Making passive income with Etsy digital products. Pretty short. Okay. You see what I'm doing here, right? I'll do one more. I'll use this other one. Okay. Create WordTune. And you can choose like casual tone, business tone, shorten it, make it longer. Let's see what they got for shortening on that one. It's going off of this that we got highlighted. Business. Selling digital downloads on Etsy, a complete guide. That sounds pretty good. Okay. All right. Let's use this one up here and see what we can come up with. Let's maybe go to like casual tone. Etsy digital products. How to sell digital products on Etsy. Creating and selling Etsy digital products for beginners. Pretty good. Okay. So you see how we come up with a list. It all started with this. We went to auto suggest. We found a word. We went and we stuck that into all in title. We found some other titles. Then we went to Uber suggest and we found out that this one's actually getting searched the most. And so now we've typed this into Google without the all in title : quote. And we came up with these titles that have high views per hour. And now we used WordTune and we recreated some titles here. And we could actually make videos for all of these and just give a different perspective. We're not copying, we're simply modeling. We used what we know is working out there in the marketplace to prompt us and stimulate us to create something better. Like I went to the movies the other night and it's like at Regal, we don't make movies, we make movies better. So think of it like that, right? Starting from somewhere that we know that there's attention, there's getting views, it's something that's within what we do. And now we've gotten to a place here where we've got our own unique titles based off some titles that have shown to work in the past, and we're going to do a better job. Okay. So, and I showed you how to come up with objections, and you should have the solution or you shouldn't create the video, or you should create the solution. And then we wrote out some titles here, okay? We tried to get them to be shorter and more simple using WordTune. And then we can script out the video, okay? I'll leave this to you. You would, figure out which title you want, and then the hook and the problem solution, write out your bullet points. And then now you can create your video and create shorts from that, and you can then email it to your list. And that's really gonna help you so much. So now that you've got this figured out, what's gonna really help this catapult and explode is by watching this video that I show here that talks about traffic, funnels, and automation to bring this all together. And you can see that video right here.